Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are back again with some CSGO, but today we're going shopping. That's right, we're gonna find the coolest skins for a full loadout of both sides for CSGO for under $50. Some of you guys are gonna be getting Steam gift cards around the holiday season. You might think I'll get some keys and open some cases. Don't do that. Please, you're gonna find some really cool skin ideas and get the ones you want without needing to pray to Lord Gaben Raptor Jesus. And I know you guys might not have a small loan of $1 million, so here we go. We're gonna do this all under 50. Before we get started, I wanted to give a quick shout out to MIONIX, Robo, Mel, Chris Allen for making this video possible. And we're also gonna be having some giveaways during this video, so keep your ears peeled. Fuck it, if your eyes can peel, your ears can peel. First up, we got the Glock Water Elemental. This one's in field tested. Got this bad boy for $2.38 on the Steam Marketplace. And I feel like field tested is a nice in-between spot. The colors on the gun are still very vibrant. You get a little bit of the scratches, but you get all of the joy of having a Water Elemental for your T-side pistol rounds, so I felt like this was a great choice for the money. And we also are going to be spending a little bit more money on the guns that you're going to be using more frequently, so your Glock, your AWP, your M4, your AK, those sort of things. So keep that in mind as we go through these guns. The next one we got is the dual Berettas with the Hemoglobin in minimal wear, which cost me a startling 64 cents for these nice shiny red pretties. So for the price and the looks of a purple dual Berettas, you can't go wrong with these things. They look sweet. Next up we have the P250 Mint Kimono. And I know what you're thinking, Kugo, it's a gray skin. I don't want a gray skin. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. This thing was 34 cents, and as with other kimonos, you can get some pretty cool looking unique patterns on these guns. So, for this P250 in particular, we chose with a full white colored first half. It's kind of like a poor man's whiteout with the green pattern ending towards the mouth of the gun. And it makes sense because now you have a poor man's whiteout, and the end only shoots money, baby. Only money. You can find lots of different patterns on these types of weapons, and I hope that you will pay the same price but get a pattern that means something to you. Next up, we got the Tech 9 Brass, and there's really no other explanation for me choosing this other than the fact that it's a gold Tech 9. When the sun hits that thing, you've got a golden Tech 9. There's gonna be a lot of gold today, boys. Girls, I love gold! So this Tech 9 cost $1.16, but once again, on T-side, you are going to be using this pistol quite a bit, so might as well have it in gold, right? Am I right? Am I right? Next up is another kind of unique find that I never really considered until I did this video on a budget, and that is this Battle Scar Desert Eagle Naga, which, to me, this gun in Battle Scarred just looks it looks like it came out of a Tomb Raider tomb. Like she just dug that thing out of a chest somewhere and don't even know if it's gonna work or not. It just looks like some kind of ancient relic, something that you'd find in a history museum. And there's something charming, and there's a couple guns in this loadout that are gonna be battle scarred, and they have a certain charm to them that they almost work better in battle scarred than they do in any other condition, and this is certainly one of them. It looks mean. You do not want to get shot with this thing. I don't even know if I want to touch this thing. Kind of freaking 1,000-year-old diseases you're gonna get from it, but it's gnarly. I love it, and you're gonna get it for 27 cents, and it's gonna be a nice little piece in your inventory. Alright, so moving into the heavy weapons for the terrorist side, we have the nice, the clean, just came out of your father's wardrobe, Souvenir Nova Walnut. This just looks like a gun that you could just go buy right now in Walmart. I don't know, I love the simplicity of it. It's just this plain, nice wood finish. This one is in minimal wear. I felt like there was not a lot of difference between the fact new one. This Nova Walnut you're gonna be getting for 33 cents as a souvenir. Once again, there's something charming about the simplicity of just having this solid wooden shotgun. Next up, we got the XM Quicksilver. Now, this is another gun where it has some very, very cool patterns on it. This first one, we have almost looks like a spirit, like a ghost's face on the side of the weapon. I managed to find a smoke cloud on it that looked really creepy. So I managed to pick up one of those, very cheap. And I also got one, which I want to call my XM, oops, I spilled my Doritos. So you can get some pretty sick patterns on a couple of these guns in here. The Quicksilver is no exception. You're going to be picking up a Quicksilver for 9 cents. So go ahead and find a factory new Quicksilver that has a pattern to your liking, and then you'll have your own story to tell about it. Now, the next skin I found is the sawed-off Amber Fade with a gnarly freaking gold finish on it. And honestly, this gun makes me want to use the sawed-off more often. I rarely use it. The sawed-off is going to cost you 17 cents in factory new condition. This is crazy. I cannot believe I didn't know about this sawed-off before today. Go find yourself a nice fade. You can get these that are almost all gold. We can get them orangey bronze. You can get them in a greenish fade too. There's lots of different options for the pattern. So have a look through the Steam market, find one, and spend literally no money on this one. The next skin is going to be the M249 Impact Drill. And we're going to go ahead and drill our way 3,000 feet into the ground and bury it there, and you're never going to use it again. Next up, we've got the Negev, which we went with a minimal wear Stattrak Negev Bratata, because you got to be making a statement if you're going to be using this gun in comp. So you might as well have the jokey one, the Bratata, with the Stattrak, so that you can keep track of how many brats you tat. And it looks just as good as fac new in minwear. Looks fine. You're also going to be paying 62 cents, even with the Stattrak on there. So go ahead and find one. I found one with a sticker. That's appropriate. Moving on to the SMGs. First up, we got another sweet golden amber fade Mag-10. These, once again, if you take a look around, you can find some pretty cool different fades on the marketplace. This one is minimal wear. It's going to have a little bit of scratches on it. I feel like the amber fade Mag-10 is something that is hard to get a completely clean finish on, unless you want to pay a little bit more, well, quite a bit more money on the factory new. It's going to cost you 80 cents for the minimal wear one to have this nice bright shiny gold Mag-10, and all the other guns are pretty overused. The heat. Now, next up is another gun that I thought had a certain special something in battle scarred quality. It is the MP7 Special Delivery, of course, in battle scarred. You're gonna be paying 57 cents for this bad boy. But there's something about it. It's something, I don't know, there's just something about it. It just screams Gears of War to me. Just a tattered submachine gun with, you know, the just rusted colors on it. It's, for some reason, the battle scarred works for this. I really enjoy it. Next up, we have the Stattrak UMP45 Labrynth. Once again, another cheap gun that you can get some really cool patterns on. This one, I don't know if you can see as I turn the gun sideways, there's actually 2 letter A's on it, which might be a far stretch for some people, but hey, I thought, hey, if I'm gonna have a unique, cool, cheap skin, it's gonna be unique. I'm gonna try to find a way that it can be different than all the other ones, because everybody else is going to be using it too. You can also find other patterns where it looks like it's a middle of a motherboard and it has a processor chip in it. You can kind of center that in the middle. That looks pretty cool. Or you can try to find one with A's or other letters in it, like I did. Just try to make them as unique to you as possible, because that can turn a cheap skin into a special skin. Next up, we've got the Stattrak P90 Module. And the P90 is rough because they're either so common, or they're so beat up, or they're so expensive. There's really not a lot of other options, but I love the module. It's a nice looking, very deep aqua blue skin. It's very vibrant. You can get it in Stattrak and also in factory new for $1.48, and it's once again a SMG pick using on some SMG buys. Or if you're a Pro 90 player, let's be honest, you only need to use this gun in the game. This is the only gun you need. In fact, do this whole build for $1. Forget all the other guns. Next up, we got some more gold. We got a golden PP. totally renaming this gun my Golden PP. I've got to. Why? Because I'm an adult, and that's what adults do. So we have the PP Bison brass and factory new. When this thing hits the sunlight, it's straight up just a gold gun. It's pretty cool. For the price you're going to be paying for it, which is 71 cents, for a gun that you're probably not going to use that much anyway, it might be cool to break out the Golden PP. Maybe if you've got too much money, you wanna throw your Golden PP at another one of your teammates as a joke or something. That is a strategy worth 71 cents. That could last a lifetime. Moving into the rifles, we got the Galil Stone Cold. Now, this is fairly common. It's a fairly cheap purple from the new case. However, I can't deny what a nice skin this looks. It's a futuristic looking, very vibrant, deep blue skin. It's a beautiful gun. You can get it in min wear and it looks just as good as factory new. And the Stone Cold Steve Austin's gonna cost you 84 cents. Next up was a very difficult decision. There are a lot of factors that went into choosing the AK-47 for this build. Obviously, we're gonna be spending a little bit more money on an AK. You're gonna be using it a lot in this game. And I wanted to choose not the best cheap skin. I wanted to choose the most unique, expensive skin for cheap. Almost went with the front side Misty, but as battle scarred, that gun looks like crap. With the Jaguar here, the whole Jaguar print is intact in battle scarred. Even the scarring on the mag still makes sense conceptually because it's a freaking Jaguar and it's scraping away at it. So it kind of makes sense. And the rest of the gun looks pretty clean. You can put some really cool stickers on the Jaguar's head to make him look like different things, I've heard. And you don't see too many of these Jaguars around, whereas something like the Redline or the Laminates, you're probably going to be seeing a lot more of. So if you want to be unique, we can fit this into the budget. Ferocious. Next up, we get the Acid Fade SSG. Now, the other route you could go with this is maybe like the Abyss and getting a cool pattern on the scope. For this, though, I went with another fade because I managed to find a fade that didn't go green to silver. It goes gold into green, with the majority of the gun being green. I think it's a cool skin. It stands out. It's pretty unique. I don't use the Scout too often, but when I do, I'll certainly be happy to pump this baby out. The Acid Fade and Factory New is going to run you 45 cents. So go find yourself a really unique fade on the marketplace and grab that puppy for your Scout slot. Next up, we went with the SG Pulse, which is very bright and very pink and makes quite the statement even in field-tested condition, and it's gonna run you 35 cents for purple. So for the SG slot, there's not much else to be said here. It's just a neat-looking, bright skin that you're gonna be getting for pretty cheap. And here is one of my finds. Here is an AWP Hyper Beast, and this is battle scarred. I know some people like to watch out for Hyper Beasts that are battle scarred, where the gun is completely blacked out until the face of the monster on it, but I saw this, and it literally has almost all of its pattern on it. Like, I know there's scarring around the edges, but for a battle-scarred Hyper Beast, if you just, like, rest your eyes while you're playing, it's just a Hyper Beast, and you get it for battle-scarred price, so keep an eye out. There's a lot of variance that goes between the battle-scarred conditions. You can get one with a lot of pattern like this, or you can try to go for one that's all blacked out up to the graphic on the middle of the gun. Your choice. Once again, I got this battle-scarred Hyper Beast at market value, which was $12.10. Next up, we got the orange Kimono. And remember the Kimono from the pistol part? I'm sure you do. We found a cool frickin' skin for this, too. The pattern that I chose for the orange Kimono made it so that the bright orange lined up with the scope. Now, you can get this to do a couple different things. You can get it to line up with the middle of the gun. You can get the bright orange pattern further up on the gun. I chose to go for one where the scope had orange on it as well. I think it's pretty unique. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't see too many with the bright orange scope, so decided to go with this, and I think it's actually a pretty cool looking auto. And I picked up this auto for 52 cents. So for 52 cents, you can have a pretty sweet looking auto that's kind of custom built with a custom pattern on it, and those are my favorite hunts to go on. Moving on back to CT side, starting with the USP-S. It's hard for me not to recommend this as the USP on a budget. It is the USP-S Stainless. This is the GoldenEye gun. The James Bond USP-S. All it needs is the actual laser sight on it, and you've got it going on. I freaking adore this gun. This stainless is going to be minimal wear, which is going to be pretty similar to factory new. And you're going to be paying $1.30 for a gun that, mind you, you'll be using quite often on CT's side. So take that into account. And on CT's side, we have this beautiful 5.7 case hardened with a lot of blue on it. I found this on the marketplace at value. So for this field tested case hardened, I paid $2.50. So this is another one of those hunts that you can go on. You can go on to the marketplace and go look through case hardens and find really cool case hardened patterns. Try to find blue gems, try to find gold gems, try to find really unique skins. That's the exciting part of hunting for skins in CSGO for me, is finding these really unique, cool patterns. And this case hardened 5.7, I will be giving away to someone. So all you need to do, if you want this 5.7 case hardened, semi-hard, semi-blue gem, all you need to do is make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like on the video, and leave me a comment in this video telling me what some of your favorite skins are that are cheap, that nobody really notices. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, you don't have to, but I'd love it if you went and checked out the stream channel over on my Twitch page. That would help me out a lot as well. If you enjoy the content that I do, I would love you right back. I would kiss you right on the freaking lips. Alright, let's see if not a 5.7 guy or a Tech 9 guy. Maybe you like the Emerald. Maybe you like the CZ. We got the CZ 75 Auto Emerald in factory new. And if you like CZs, for the price of this CZ, you're gonna pay $1.72 for this beautiful, just pristine, bright, shiny emerald green gun. You really can't go wrong with this for CZ. I really like the Nitro as well, but you're gonna be paying a lot more money. Just make sure you keep it close, because I heard Robotnik's around. You're trying to steal that shit. Next up on CT's side, we have the beautiful gun that I never knew existed. The plasma ray gun from the future. The Seabird, the Mag-7 Seabird. I love this gun. It is straight out of the 80s. It's like a freaking Hotline Miami futuristic plasma. I don't even know what it looks like. It's goofy as hell. I love it. It's unique. It's cheap. This Mag-7 will cost you freaking 42 cents in factory new. So if you want a goofy Mag-7 that isn't a Heat or a Heaven Guard, and you want to spice things up a little bit, check out the Seabird, man. Check out the Seabird. Ooh, another gem that we found while hunting for Hypnotics, and you can do this with all Hypnotics. This is the MP9 Hypnotic. Got it in factory new. For this MP9, you're going to be paying 80 cents. And we found an eye on this one, which is what I usually like to look for in Hypnotics. As you inspect it, you will see down by where the magazine is, you will see the eye looking at you. It is where the pattern of the spirals originate from, is that circle in the middle there. I think it kind of looks like a cool eye. It may not to you. It means something to me. It's kind of rare to find a complete eye on a skin that's a Hypnotic, especially the Deagles as well. Moving on to a couple of the CT rifles. For the Famas, it's hard for me not to go with the Sargeant. It's clean, it's military, it's futuristic. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, Spartan or like Halo. It looks real clean and mean even in minimal wear. It's not that expensive. You could probably pick up the Sargeant for around 69 cents, like I did. Nice clean rifle. What more could you ask for? The M4A4. We went with the M4A4. It is the stronger gun as of right now. For now, I secretly still really like the M4A1S. The golden coil, though. For the M4A4, we went with the Desert Strike, which I think is a really mean-looking M4A4. It's kind of like got a brownish, goldish quality to it that I really like. Man, I really like fucking gold. Anybody notice how much I fucking love gold? Was that always apparent? Got this Desert Strike in factory new for $5.81. Another one of the heavy hitters, but you're going to be using this rifle a lot while playing, so Fork it up. The Desert Strike typically doesn't bode very well in the scratch department either, even in factory new, so you'll have to search around and try to find one that doesn't have a very scratched up back of the gun. Sometimes there's even some scratches at the front. So next up we have the Aug Wings, and there are a couple cool Aug skins, but this is another gun where it's not typically used a lot in competitive play. You might use it a little bit. This Aug Wings in factory new wasn't very expensive. It has a cool, clean look to it. A lot of the other cool skins kind of look awkward because of how large the rear end of the gun is. But for the Aug Wings, you're going to be paying 42 cents for factory new gun. Looks sleek, looks sweet. No budget loadout is complete without a SCAR-20 Grotto, which luckily you can also get some pretty cool skin variations on. Now, I chose the SCAR Grotto where the magazine portion of the gun is a much brighter blue. There are also ones that make the middle of the gun more bright, further back. You can get some pretty cool mixtures of blues and light blues. Once again, I would recommend that for the price you're going to be paying for the SCAR Grotto, which is around 10 cents, find one that you like. Find one that's cool, because when you pull that thing out, you want to be so proud of yourself. You want to think, as you're firing at long A doors from the corner, God damn, am I proud of myself. And you want to look down at that bright blue spot on that gun and think, damn, this was a good decision. And that is it. That is every gun, both sides, full loadout, even some alternatives for you. And we did it all for under $50. Did all of this for $45.82. Now, while this loadout did not include a knife, I will take this opportunity to show you my new knife that I recently got. I'm so excited to have this. This is pretty much one of my dream knives. This pink galaxy has been in my eyes. It's been in my starry eyes for so long. And while I'm telling you and showing you the new knife, I will also announce that I'm going to be giving away a mouse. So if anybody out there is looking for a new gaming mouse, our friends over at MIONIX are going to be giving away a caster mouse, which is going to be given away on my stream on Thursday. I'm going to be announcing this every day until Thursday, so you want to come check out the stream, spend as much time there as you can, because you're going to be spending your time spent there on tickets to get into the giveaway. So I hope you guys will come join me, hang out, have some fun, and possibly win a MIONIX gaming mouse on Thursday. It's going to be over at twitch.tv/Kugo the Mighty. And once again, going to be giving away that case Hardened 5.7. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you go over, check out Twitch channel. Make sure that you like the video, and also leave a comment letting me know what you guys think are the coolest skins that you've found, patterns or otherwise, for really cheap money, because I would like new ideas as well. If you want to see more videos like this, please tell me as well. I hope you got some inspiration for skins from this video. I hope you guys had a good time doing this. I sure did. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to actually go on kind of a little spree and do this. Once again, thank you to MIONIX, Robo, Mel, Chris Allen for all making this happen. You guys make sure you breathe a deep smile and stay in mighty. Oh my god. Oh my god.